This is a brand new GoPro Hero 12 Black, and this is the Insta360 Accessories, a hybrid 360 action camera that has been released on the market for nearly a year. So which camera is better? I really want to make a deep investigation and make some side-by-side comparison in between these two cameras. I bet you will learn a lot about these two cameras and will finally figure out which one is better for you and which one is better for your content creation. Now let's get started. For the price point, the Insta360 Accessories is indeed a little bit more expensive compared with the GoPro Hero 12 Black. And upon initial start, the GoPro Hero 12 Black sells at a price point of $399 US, while the Accessories is priced at $449 US. This 360 camera is $50 more expensive compared with the GoPro Hero 12. But later you get multiple cameras in the single form factor, because the Accessories is not just a 360 camera, but it also be doubled as a single lens action camera. Both the front and rear lenses can shoot in single lens with horizon leveling and shoot maximum at 4K 30 fps, 3.6K and 60 fps at maximum performance. If you want to get a similar experience on the GoPro product lines, you have to purchase a GoPro Hero 12 and a GoPro Max. Well, this combo set can cost you around $800. That's way a lot more expensive compared with Accessories. So essentially, the Insta360 Accessories looks like you're having three cameras, one 360 and two single lens action camera. And for this price point, you get a single camera at $400. And don't forget, for the Accessories, there's a hidden shooting mode called Me Mode. For the Me Mode, very innovative single lens capture to capture invisible selfie stick. Use lower half of the two image sensors that wipe out everything in between the stitching areas. So this is one of the most innovative use cases for 360 cameras to achieve a single lens shooting quality. This Me Mode is ideal shooting scenario for ski lovers, motorcycle action spots, because your post-process workflow is a one click of button. And this is something that traditional action camera can never do. And you can unlock MaxView that gain a similar perspective with GoPro Hero 12 plus Max Lens Mode 2.0 and with invisible selfie stick. And for GoPro, this is 5.7K video in 6:9 ratios. And when I switch back to 9:16 on the GoPro, the maximum resolution is limited to 4K. I mean, for GoPro Hero 12 Black, when you switch to 9:16, it's impossible to capture 5.7K. The maximum resolution will be limited to 4K. I have to manually orientate the camera into vertical orientation to capture the best quality. And needless to say, you can clearly see my selfie stick. I'm holding this camera straight, and it is easily to get tired during shooting. So GoPro Hero 12 Black is inevitably a great action camera, but there's something that traditional action camera can never do compared with 360 cameras. Actually, 360 cameras was famous for the invisible selfie stick, because with the dual fisheye lenses, everything located in the stitching line can be possibly wiped out by the stitching algorithm. So to get invisible selfie stick, you have to purchase a GoPro Max, but you lose the functional performance of the GoPro Hero 12 Black. And even equipped with the Max Lens Mode 2.0, you still cannot wipe out the selfie stick, even you reach out over 170 degrees field of view. Well, next one, let's talk about Reframe. The Reframe is something that you can only have with 360 cameras. So GoPro Hero 12 is very powerful single lens action camera, and I believe the GoPro Hero 12 is still the best action camera on the market. But this guy is a traditional single lens camera. Once you focus on a subject, once you finish a shot, you can never change the field of view. You can never change your experience. I'm a one-man YouTuber. Sometimes I really wish that I have a photographer, videographer that come with me all the time. I'm now vlogging with GoPro Hero 12 Black. It's a fixed lens action camera. I am now doing the edit for this video you are watching at this moment. When I want to capture somewhere else, I have to flip my camera to capture something and flip back, just like this. I have to flip back to capture. This is my screen. I'm doing my post editing and flip back for myself. As you can see, this is a behind the scenes B-roll shot being captured with 360 cameras. With 360 cameras, I can focus on my job and use 360 content to reframe in post, that to demonstrate to you what I am working and what I am thinking about. You can reframe the 360 videos whatever you want and show your audience everything that you are doing in your environment. That 360 camera makes you more concentrated on your job without having to worry about making a selfie shot. It looks like you are hiring a free photographer that always together with you anywhere, anytime. And one more thing to share with you about Accessory is a me mode. The 360 camera can be transformed to a traditional camera on a me mode. When you capture the content with me mode, it looks like you have a traditional action cameras with invisible selfie stick. It's just something that is pretty unique. It is a super wide angle action camera with invisible selfie stick, and you can capture the content up to 60 FPS. There is also a high frame video, and the me mode is a must-have feature for the ski lovers. It is pretty insane, and I love me mode. I shot a lot with the specific single lens shooting mode on the basis of the 360 camera. And one thing that I love about the GoPro 12 Black is the HDR shooting capability. But this is an old-fashioned HDR algorithm, and on the synthesizing HDR content on the basis of two different frames. And I believe GoPro really did a great job. But this HDR video was being shot in a fixed point of view. You just cannot recompose the HDR content in post. Because Accessoires has an active HDR in 360 shooting mode that capture 5.7K at 30 FPS in HDR format that literally enabled reframe in post and still maintain all the details from the highlight deck shadow areas. And active HDR is my default shooting mode in bright sunlight. I'm now shooting in 5.7K 25 FPS in active HDR. I mean, the Accessory gonna synthesize in HDR video content straight out from the hardware. As you can see, the blown out sunlight, you can recover, as you might have noticed, you can recover a lot of detail in the bright sunlight and still maintain a great dynamic range in the dark shadow areas. You need plenty of light to capture vivid 5.7K HDR 360 video. So this is a brief demonstration on HDR 360 video on the Accessory. Next up, let's take a look at the GoPro Hero 12 Black. This is a sample footage being captured with GoPro Hero 12 Black in 5.7K HDR video, 10-bit color depth. As you might have noticed, the highlighted shadow areas. And when I flip back to the blown out sunlight, you might have literally make your side-by-side comparison in between the Hero 12 and Insta360 Accessory. So both cameras could capture HDR, but they are completely different from the beginning. The GoPro 5.7K use multi-frame to synthesize HDR content on the chipset. So which one do you prefer? Just leave down in the comments and let me know. HDR shooting performance on the X3 utilize the on-sensor HDR on the basis of the dual IMX586, while the HDR shooting format on the GoPro Hero 12 was being accomplished on the basis of multi-frame, a long sword frame and a short sword frame, by read out all the image sensors twice as fast at 60 fps and synthesizing on the basis of a short log sword. You get the HDR content from the GoPro Hero 12 Black. Well, next up, let's talk about the time-lapse capability. For X3, you can either capture time-lapse or capture interval shots in DNG format. For time-lapse, the maximum performance for this camera is to capture 8K time-lapse in the video format. This is pretty insane. This is what I love about this camera, because the X3 is actually an 8K video camera when you're capturing time-lapse. The maximum performance you have is 8K resolution at maximum 30 fps, and you have different interval shooting settings. So this is an 8K resolution camera on this small body, while on the GoPro Hero 12 Black, because of the limitation of the sensor, the maximum resolution you get on the time-lapse is 5.3K. But considering the GoPro Hero 12 Black equipped with a nearly square image sensor of the 8:7 ratio, you also get plenty of pixels on the 5.3K image. But for the 8K 360 footage, you get a 4K vivid detail even after reframe in post. The X3 is a 8K time-lapse video camera with reframing possibilities, while the Hero 12 Black is a fixed angle 5.3K time-lapse video. And when you perform the camera movement in post in studio software, you can even change the moving curves, the linear, the auto bezier, anything you want. And this camera movement is gonna blow your mind away, and it will completely rivals that of the GoPro Hero 12. Because for the GoPro Hero 12, you need to use an external motor to perform such movement, and it's quite complicated. But for 8K X3, you can do everything in post directly in your studio software by clicking the mouse, and it's done. Considering the X3 is a hybrid 360 action camera, so for the single lens shooting, when you switch back to single lens shooting, the maximum point of view in 4K resolution is 180 degrees. When you switch back in 4K, you have different options: the ultra view, wide view, and linear view. When you switch back to the ultra view, the 4K single lens mode is going to generate 170 degrees wide angle with flow state stabilization. Reframe your shot in 360 videos and make it even wider. It's pretty insane. While on the other hand, the GoPro Hero 12 can shot in 8:7 ratio at a maximum 156 degrees field of view with Hyper Smooth 6.0. When you mount the Max Lens Mount 2.0 on the GoPro Hero 12 Black, you can achieve at a maximum 177 degrees. The price point for the Max Lens Mount 2.0 is $99 US. So when you put them together, this combo set is actually $50 more expensive compared with that of the Insta360 X3. For the same or similar field of view, this camera is even more expensive compared with this. So I believe this camera gives you more value compared with that of the GoPro Hero 12 Black. And the GoPro Hero 12 Black and Insta360 Accessory. On the accessory, I use a single lens with FOV plus that to capture now at MaxView. MaxView gonna give you the maximum field of view, and it's a one-click process in the post. And the GoPro Hero 12 Black use the large image sensor. While on the GoPro Hero 12 Black, I am shooting in HyperView. HyperView is wider, even wider compared with the traditional Super View on this action camera. So this is side-by-side comparison, the HyperView, the MaxView. So which one is wider, which one gonna give you a better experience? Here are the videos for your reference. Max Lens Mode 2.0 is only compatible with the GoPro Hero 12. I think it is a marketing strategy from the company GoPro that encourage the existing users to purchase their latest edition, the latest hardware, and increase the sales of the new models. Well, this marketing strategy will result in unnecessary production of more plastic, metal for these new cameras. I mean, for the existing GoPro Hero 11 users, you don't have to upgrade to the GoPro Hero 12 Black if you only want to experience the GoPro lens mode. Yes, I do hope in the future the firmware upgrade can be added on GoPro Hero 11 to make it compatible with the Max Lens Mode 2.0. That with this lens mode, you get 177 degrees, the maximum 4K 60 fps. GoPro Hero 12 Black built-in HyperSmooth 6.0 that has a built-in horizon lock, horizontal lock, which means that you can rotate the camera and the video will be going to be stabilized. It will keep the horizon level with more crop. But Accessory takes the horizon leveling to the next level because you can lock whatever lines you want, both horizontal, vertical, anything you want, because you have 360 content all around you. You can stabilize to any form factor you want. And you will not lose any content because you have all the content. You can crop, you can reframe to whatever you want. I mean, you can move and rotate the camera in any directions, which will unleash the full potential for your creation, and this will give the mounting system more possibilities for the accessories design. I'm now shooting with linear plus horizon lock on the GoPro Hero 12 Black. I mean, the field of view is quite limited, and I can rotate at its perfect lock the horizon whenever I rotate the camera. Take a look. I have noticed the technique, but as you can see, the linear plus horizon lock, the resolution is very limited, the field of view is limited, and they are not customizable. I mean, for 360 cam, you can rotate wherever you want. You still gain the perfect balanced horizon line, and you can lock any line you want in the frame, the vertical, horizontal, slant, whatever you want, and your field of view can be customized. So it's a much wider compared with the normal action camera with linear plus horizon lock. And you know, the company Insta360 was famous for their software. So Insta360 was first being famous for their workflow, their friendly user experience on their app and still software. And this app is still evolving really fast. The app offers dozens of templates, added features, and they even push the limits of AI that help to constant update with new modes, effects. There are a lot of great shot lab effects, such as the sky swap. The sky swap is something that I love about this camera. And the nose mode, nose mode, you put the camera in the mouth. The nose mode also famous worldwide. As I have mentioned, the Insta360 was famous for their software because this company constant update firmware, not just to fix some critical issues, but it also keep constant add new features and more features. It looks like it will reinvent this camera even after its initial launch, and it will jam-packed more features to their existing models, even to some old-fashioned models. Even after the X3, the Insta360 still update the firmware on the previous X2 to make it more powerful. They keep update their Insta360 app, Insta360 Studio, and some related official accessories to alleviate the experience and make their cameras more friendly and easier for the customers. Snappy Wizard gonna reframe export from 360 video in 0 time. It is pretty unique feature, and I have also made an in-depth review on this feature. And also some shot lab effects, the multi-view, the freeze frame, and all of the features. You can get all these features for free. All of these features for free because their studio, their app are both free software. But on the contrary, the GoPro cameras seldom upgrade the firmware. It remains pretty much the same on launch and almost gets only very small improvements to correct some critical issues. And for me, sometimes I think that the GoPro Hero 12 is actually a firmware upgrade on the basis of the GoPro Hero 11 models, but they end up with a new hardware form factor that to get this update you have to purchase a new model, and some of the new features requires the subscription to allow the user to download and enjoy these features, and this annual subscription will cost you some money, and it's a paid service from the GoPro. So the GoPro treat the customers quite different compared with the Insta360 company. Well, time for my conclusion on these two cameras. The both cameras are great. Both camera will help you generate excellent content, while the Hero 12 Black has some limited upgrades from the GoPro Hero 11. This Insta360 X3, the camera, pushed a giant step forward compared to the X2 and the One RS. I think the X3 camera pushed the boundary way much better compared with the GoPro Hero 12 because this camera delivers 360 content creation capability and allow you to shoot first and point later with the reframe, the template, the shot lab, and even more. And this camera could also be doubled as a traditional single lens action cameras with the front lens, the rear lens, and the unique me mode. This camera can be transformed to a single lens action camera and even with invisible selfie stick. And also built with the 360 active HDR, this HDR content in real time, 8K 360 time-lapse, the MaxView at 170 degrees in 4K single lens, and 360 horizon leveling, AI-powered editing suite, and the constant firmware update records. So additionally, I think that Insta360 X3 is a 4-in-1 camera. It's a 360 camera, a single lens on front, a single lens on the back, and a single lens on the me mode. It's a 4-in-1 camera at a price point of $449. While for the GoPro Hero 12, it is $399 for the traditional single lens. And once you want to experience a similar feature compared with Accessories, you have to pay for the annual subscription or some new official accessories will cost you a lot more compared with the $400, so to speak. The X3 comes with a lot more exciting features, 4-in-1 camera at a much better price point. So for me, personally speaking, I will definitely use X3 as my camera, as my main camera in my daily content creation, while I will use the GoPro Hero 12 Black to capture some really challenge situation that requires the great dynamic range, the great color science, and great resolution in a fixed point of view. So that is my basic recap on the GoPro Hero 12 and the Insta360 Accessory. I do hope you can learn something from this video and make your personal judgment in between these two great cameras. And if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to thumb up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. To talk to you soon. See you next time. Bye.